Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Topics After Dusk, special edition, Faith It Friday. We have another hitter for you guys this evening. I am super excited. I will be. I have not met this young lady before, so I'm excited. I'm like a student in the room too, so I can't wait to hear what she has to say. Because Alita just be like, "Girl," and I'm just like, "Okay." So I am ready. How are you guys doing? How are you, Lida? How are you, Tamika?
I'm doing good. How you doing, ladies?
I am doing good.
Hey, Tamika Jones Francis. Welcome. So we are not going to belabor, whatever. um, we're going to get through these introductions and we're going to get to the meat of the matter because this is Miss Thomas has the floor tonight. So, welcome to another episode. My name is Darlene Anthony, better known as D. I am the founder of Purpose to Freedom and co founder of Freedom Growers. We are helping families to discover a growth mindset while building confidence, one solution at a time. We are mentoring minds to appreciate critical thinking skills while building knowledge and confidence.
Absolutely. Again, good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in tonight. My name is Alita Smith, and I am your number one results driven accountability strategist. I provide resources and support to show you how to redefine while rekindling your relationships with food and money by empowering you to regain control of your actions while creating a financially fit, energized, and transformed you. As the founders and co founders of Freedom Growers, we are planting seeds and growing fruit for your mind, your body, and your pocketbook. So everybody knows that on Friday night, tonight we got a date at 9. And yes, she is fine as wine. Yes, honey. That's my girl, Tamika Thomas. I love her to death. She is a ball of joy to be around. And baby, she has a whole lot of faith that she carries around on a day-to-day basis. It's just right in her back pocket. It's in front of her. It's in behind her. It's on left or right. And honey, she don't have no problem with sharing it. So it was nothing more than an opportunity for us to have her on the show tonight. Again, just being able to, tell us about her faith walk. And so again, this is what we do on Friday. We get to sit down in the passenger seat as D and Lida and allow our guests to take the driver's seat so that we can share and be a part of someone else's testimony. We thank you so much, Tamika, for coming on tonight, giving us your time, squeezing us in with everything that's going on in the world today, baby, because I know all eyes are glued. But you know what? When it comes to that faith walk, honey, ain't nothing more important. So definitely we appreciate you yielding this time with us this evening. So again, like Dee said, we got our pens and papers ready because we know when it comes to talking about faith, there is a lesson to be learned. So whenever you are ready, just tell us a little bit about yourself and then just tell us, your testimony of how faith has played a role in your life.
Okay. Well, good evening, everyone. And I am Tamika Thomas. I am a wife of 16 years. I am a mother of two boys. I'm an employee. I'm a student. I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm a cousin. I'm a niece. I'm a aunt. I'm a friend. I'm me. Right now I am still walking the journey of faith, and I'll continue to walk till I can't walk no more. I'm gonna continue to walk on this journey. It's a personal journey, and I feel like I've grown a lot. And over the years, I feel like faith has played a major role in my relationship with Christ. It's played a major role in my relationship with Christ, and that's just a little introduction because I think I probably have about 20, 25, 30, 35 testimonies I can give y'all. But I'm just going we just gonna go with the flow, and I have so many I can share with you. So it don't even matter where we begin. D leader, y'all just shoot. I'm ready.
I want to know, audience, listeners, are you ready? Put some readies in the chat for what Tamika has in store for us. Drop your readies in the chat. Hey, Amber, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you have your pen and paper. Like I said, I am armed and ready to get some notes down, because anybody that has some faith, I can glean some of that faith. Be like Ruth, right? Be like Ruth and hey, let me pick that up and store that. But I'm gonna put that back here. Okay, Miss Jennifer Taylor Calhoun, thank you so much for tuning in. Hello, hello, hello. All right, I see Karen is ready. Thank you for tuning in. So I am going to get out of the way. And so, what is it that you do?
So currently, I am professionally, I'm in the medical field, and I'm also going to school. So I'm online going to school, and let me start there with the testimony of faith right there, just going back to school. So first, let me tell y'all this, just as a reminder: the tongue is a powerful thing, and you have to speak life into your situation. In 2016, I think I probably was at about the lowest that I think that I could have got personally. I felt like I hadn't achieved what I needed to achieve. I felt like at work, I wasn't doing what I needed to do. And where I am today is just my journey of walking with God and just trusting Him. When you get down to the lowest of the low, when you can't do nothing else and say nothing else, you look up, and you have to look up to Him, and He has to lead you and guide you. 2016, I spoke some things for 2017 over my life that's still going on right now today. And so it's very important that you be careful with what you speak. And when you speak it, you need to believe it, and you need to say those things that you want to happen. I decided I wanted to go back to school. And I asked God, because I was so nervous, and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed, because I say, Lord, I'm too old for this. Like going back to school and trying to do this online and being a wife and working. At the time I was in a call center, and then I got my kids, and I say, Lord, I don't think I could do this. But I say, okay, no, I can do this, and I'm just going to trust you. And it was so many. Here's one thing too about God, how powerful He is, because the devil tries to throw so many stones in the road of your journey. And it's just so, I could just, it's an overjoying feeling how God just guides you all around them stones. You don't even touch them. He just guides you through them. And the thing about it is, I said, okay, I spoke those things, and I wanted to go back to school, and I had trouble with my money, my financial aid. I had trouble with getting credits from my transcripts from old schools that I went to. And so I just asked God, I say, well, God, just whatever you need me to do, tell me what to do. And He said, well, you're going to start over. And at first I say, Lord, no, because I can't see myself starting over. And He say, just trust me. And when I tell y'all, it has been a experience trusting God and fully trusting Him. You know, when the old folks used to say to take your burdens to Him and leave Him there, that's just what they mean. So when you trust Him, don't put your hands on it. Don't try to mess with it too. You leave it alone. You leave it there. In 2019, I started in January of 2017. August of 2019, I got my associate's degree. And I went probably 2 weeks later, I just went directly back into school. So in March of 2021, I have my bachelor's degree. In April of 2021, I'm going straight from my bachelor's to my master's degree, because He told me if I wanted to get it, I could go ahead and get it, because it was mine. So if I can trust Him from 2017, I can trust Him up until He leads me to finish. I have a story about my job. And when I say, when you got to speak things to God and you tell Him what you want and you have faith, you have to do it. I lost my aunt, and I was out of work for a while because I was going through a little depression, and And I say, God, I don't want to go back to this job. And I had to go and visit my doctor. And I say, I just don't want to go back to this call center. It was stress, the environment. I say, I don't want to go back here, Lord. Let me tell y'all about God. I went to my doctor's office to be released, to go back to work. This was on a Friday. And I was to go back to work on that Monday. I walked out of my doctor's office. After I spoke these things to God and I prayed, I walked out of the doctor's office. In the elevator, my phone started ringing. When I got to the parking lot and picked up my phone, a lady asked me, was I Tamika Thomas? And I said, yes, ma'am. And she said, I'm calling from Southwest Health Resources and I want to offer you a job. When I tell y'all, I shouted right there in the car. I say I shouted right there in the car because I was to return to work on Monday and this was Friday. So that's how good God is when I say you got to stop playing and you put all your trust in him, because you got to stop playing. You got to put all your trust in him and you got to have faith. So he can just, we're supposed to have things and he's going to give them to us. All we got to do is trust him. We deny ourselves so many things because we're so scared and we're so fearful to just let God take control and do what he needs to do. I thank and praise him every day for where I am now and the faith that I have now. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. This house, this house that I'm living in, and the leader know it. This house that I'm living in is something I spoke about this house to my husband. I told him, I said, this house, I live next door to my mother-in-law and father-in-law. And I told him, I say, I want that house. And it was a lady who lived in this house. And my husband used to come and cut her grass because he grew up in this neighborhood. And so he would come and cut her grass and they would talk. And I told him, I said, I love that house. It's right where I want to be. It's an elementary school, a middle school, a high school, everything. I say the house is bigger than the one we had before. And I was like, I want that house. I told God, I said, God, every time I would come down this street, I say, Lord, this is my house. This is my house. I know it is. This is my house. Not 3 houses down, not up the next street, this one. And I spoke it, my husband spoke it, and we prayed over this. This right here, this house that we live in is a testimony of faith. And let me tell y'all a little rundown of why. This is to encourage somebody to never let go of your faith. This story right here, this testimony right here. My husband was playing the lottery at work with a group of his coworkers. And they won the lottery. They won like 53, I think it's 53 or $55,000. Split between the two, I think it was like 6 of them. So we started applying to get this house. And I knew my credit was shot. It was over. It was dead. And his credit was okay. I mean, it could have been better, but it was okay at the time. So we went on and we went on a cruise. We had a cruise. We came back from the cruise. And while we was on that cruise, a guy called us. I can't remember the lending company, but he called us and he told us he needed some paperwork. So we on a cruise. We emailing paperwork and bank statements and we getting everything together that he needed on the cruise. And so we get back, and about a couple of days later, we decided to go out on a little date. So we driving, and the guy called us, and he tell us, he said, Mr. Thomas, I'm sorry, but we wasn't able to get y'all approved for the home. And immediately, I start crying and boo-hooing. Like I just had lost all faith. I just started crying and boo-hooing. My husband, very patient, pulls over into a 7-Eleven parking lot. And he said, let me tell you something. He said, first of all, you over there crying like you don't have no faith. He's saying, you taught me how to have faith. He said, so I know you're not sitting over there in that passenger seat giving up on me about not having your faith. And he said, okay, we drive some more. He said, because we finna go eat. He said, you finna dry your eyes. We finna go eat where we was going. And then we gonna handle the rest of this later. So we go eat. Of course, I'm not in the mood no more. I'm not even in the mood no more. We go eat and we get back in the car. We hear this commercial. And it's a commercial that came on. He always listens to The Fan, some sports channel. So we get in the car, some commercial come on, and it's about a lending company. So he said, well, I'm calling Monday. And I say, you just gonna call somebody off of the radio? And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna call him on Monday. Let me tell y'all about God. Call this man on Monday. The man said, let's start your paperwork. Let me look at all y'all information. Let's start the paperwork. Start the paperwork. Okay. Then got everything done. A few weeks later, we approved for the house. And let me tell y'all another thing about God. So then we get this closing cost. And I'm like, Lord, we don't have this kind of money for this closing cost. It was like $5,700. I say, no, we got the amount for the closing costs. So let me tell y'all what my husband had did. Here's the good part. So when he won the lottery, he had put money in the savings. We needed, I believe it was $5,600, 56 something. We had $5,700 that we got from the lottery. This is how he goes before you and prepares it for you. That's how he do it. Because who would have knew we would have won the lottery? Who would have known that amount right there would have been our closing costs? And that little commercial that came on while we was in the car was the people that was going to give us the loan we needed for the home. So when I tell y'all, and this is the house that I prayed for, when I tell y'all nothing can shake my faith, like you could talk to me all day long, you can tell me what you think you can and can't do. But if you sit down and you talk to God and you tell him what you want, because he said, just tell him and just ask him, you tell him what you want and you pray and you walk that line of faith and you give it to him, he will open up doors and pour you out blessings that you don't even have room enough to receive. So on today, on this Faith It Friday, if you don't have no faith, I'm telling you, first of all, try it. Just try him. You got to try him first. Just do me a favor and try him for yourself. And I'm telling you, it's nothing. Like you can't tell me nothing about what he can't do. Because when that man told us that we couldn't have the house that I prayed, wait a minute, I asked God for this house. So hold on, and I'm getting crazy over here crying and going crazy, forgetting that my God can do anything. So I just want to let y'all know, everybody has their own personal journey with faith and with God. But if you just allow yourself a moment with him, and sometimes it don't even take you to get all the way down. It took me to get out. I've been knowing God all my life. My father is a deacon. My stepdad is a pastor. My mama is a missionary, can pray you all out the seat. I've been knowing God all of my life, but you have to, what the old folks used to say, get to know him for yourself. Not your mama's God, but get to know him for yourself. Because baby, when I finally say, okay, God, do your thing. And it's just been going ever since. And sometimes you get so scared because God just be moving in so many ways that you just be like, ooh, Lord, did I deserve this? You deserve it because you're his child and he said that you can have it. So I just want to tell y'all to step out on faith. Enjoy your journey with God. Enjoy getting to know him. Enjoy letting him lead your life. Don't be scared. Start that business. Go back to school. Whatever it is that you need to do, have the faith in it. Because sometimes we'll tear ourselves down, because we're so scared, we're so fearful. We just tear ourselves down, but you just got to, you got to get to know him for yourself and speak those things. Like there is power of life and death in the tongue. And if I ain't never heard nothing realer, that's real. So you have to speak things. Today I was talking to my girlfriend and we was talking about encouraging. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. I have a scripture and I have a song that I would have to go to, just to keep me going. Like, so get those things, whatever that you need to keep your faith going. Like, look back over your life. Look back of where he brought you from. Look at those things that he's blessed you with. Some of the things that you thought you wanted that you didn't even need, because he good for blocking stuff too. If you don't need it, you think you need it. but he know what you need. So see, I just, matter of fact, that lender, the first one wasn't even the man for us. That wasn't even the lender for our home. So he know what you need. You just got to lean on him and trust him. Just trust him. And I thank God for letting me still have the opportunity to be able to trust him and walk by faith. Because now, from 2016, 17 on, I walk by faith, not by sight. Because I ain't got to see it. If he see it, I'm good. I ain't got to see it. So I just, so faith for me, when Lida called me and said, we're going to talk about faith this Friday, baby, listen. Because I can go all night. I can go. When it start talking about him, I can go.
Yes.
Okay, got me all choked up for a second. I was like,
okay, you need some water, Sugar Nella.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay, she need a water break. Yes, indeed. Listen,
man,
it was some nuggets drop. Let me give y'all my nugget I got this evening. Y'all ready?
Come on.
Your faith will remind you of your faith.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to throw in the towel. I just could. Baby, you sit there and as soon as you say, I can't, faith to be like, hello, you was just knocking on my door and I opened and let you in. So what is it that you're talking about? I ain't talking about nothing, Faith. Let's go. I am reminded of my faith. Your faith will remind you of your faith. When you got that good, strong relationship, that without a shadow of a doubt relationship, the human in you is going to creep in, but that faith in you is way more stronger than that when you have that enjoyed relationship. She said, enjoy your relationship with him, letting yourself learn about him. He already knows about you. That's what we're afraid of. We're afraid that God doesn't see our flaws, but he met us in our mess. So he already know what you got going on that he can fix. And he know that he's the only one that can fix it. So when you build that faithful relationship and you walk in the faith that, you know what, because he knew who I was, but I didn't know at that time whose I was. And now I began to know who I am in him, who he sees me as. Walking in a faith walk is so easy. I wake up full of faith. I go to bed with even more faith. Just being reminded of the things that he keeps putting before me every single day. So your faith is going to always constantly remind you that you do have faith, and you have enough faith that you can conquer, you can succeed, you can overcome, and you can become if that's what you desire. So that was my pen.
Faith will remind you of faith. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. What I like, because when you said just you didn't have to see it because he saw it for you, that statement reminds me of Abraham all the time. God just told him to go. He didn't know where he was going. He just said go. And so he said, okay, well, put one foot in front of the other, and you're gonna have to tell me where I'm going. I love that. And then you said the first lender wasn't for you. Sometimes we might take that as, oh, God didn't want me to have this house. But you said, oh, no, I prayed for this house. I lay prostrate pretty much at his feet and told him, this is what I want. He showed it to you. And so you said, oh, yeah, this is mine. He wanted to see how big your faith really was. Did you really believe? And sometimes we have to have that Hannah experience. And I say that Hannah experience because you said you were just crying and just going for broke, right? And you're like, hold on, what's going on? He said you could have it. You're gonna let this little rock get in your way? And you said that those rocks, you guide you all around the stones. That was just a stone that got in the way. You're gonna let that little boulder deter you from your blessing? Absolutely not. Love it, love it, love it, love it. We ain't gonna even talk about moments where you want to throw in a towel, because that towel was thrown when that first lender said no.
Oh yeah, it was. It was
So,
chunk.
right. What keeps you focused?
I think now that I have, it's a different kind of motivation, and I think that because I write out my goals now, and I talk to God about them. So
Mm.
I I make my vision plain. So I write it down and I pray over it, and now it's almost like, because once you achieve one thing, God has brought you to one thing. It's like, well, let me do this one, and then it's let me do this one. So
Mhm.
now it's like, well, God, let's do whatever. Let's do it all. Let me go ahead and get it all. If you say I can have it, and all I got to do is trust you, well, let me see how far we can take this thing, Lord. Let's go all the way to the top. So now my focus is just whatever He say, whatever I want, and He say is for me. I'm going for it. So my motivation is knowing that He gonna carry me.
Absolutely. I love it.
Amen.
Mhm. Pray, y'all. Whisper prayer for Amber. She said y'all gonna have to get up off this floor.
Amber, listen, I'm telling you, he good. We good.
Right.
Good. Yes.
Okay. Well, y'all are firing it up in the chat. Has this blessed y'all tonight? Because I know it has blessed me. I can't even write fast enough. I'm gonna have to go back.
I know it, girl. I know it. It's like speak it and believe it. Speak
Right.
it and
And then
believe it.
who was that? And Jennifer, I think she put in here no fear walk, faith walk. This is not a fear
Mm-hmm.
walk. This is a faith walk.
That's it.
I was like, well, I
Bestie
said I had
right
to
there.
write
Hey,
this down
bestie.
before it passed. And this also reminded me of Marie when she came on. She was on our first Faith It Friday, and we were talking about mustard seeds. Oh, Thomasina,
Mm.
I'm sorry. Hun. She was talking about mustard seeds, and she said, you have to start from a mustard seed all the time sometimes, especially if you're doing something
Mm-hmm.
different. But then
Yeah.
you put the mustard seed here, and then you put a mustard seed here, and then you plant a mustard seed here. And when you look back, it's like, man, I got a lot of bushes back there.
I got a
That's all
whole
them little
harvest.
mustard seeds of faith that you
Yes.
have planted because they grow to like 30 plus feet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so you dropping all these little mustard seeds down to grow your mustard seed bush.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, you've did it, but if he did it before, he can do it again.
Yeah.
Right? Ain't that
Okay. Tie
what my
trip.
boy
Yeah.
Ty
Yes.
Tribbett, baby.
Yes.
If he did it before, he can do it again.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. And then I also like to make at the very beginning when you were saying that your faith actually played a role in your relationship with Christ. And sometimes to help build that faith, you gotta have that relationship to even
Yes.
understand how to activate your faith and understanding
Hmm.
the power that God has in front of you. Like I said, Tamika have her faith in front of her, on the back, left, right, side to side, every corner. She
Hmm.
ain't doing nothing without having that faith and knowing that God already told her she could have it before she even asked. He already knew what you were going to ask for. But did you hear him? You heard him because you already had that relationship with him. And so, I had my radio experience. It was so, oh my God, you just hit on me this weekend. Well, let's see, last weekend, maybe 2 weekends ago. We were in there, we were in the car and we were listening, we were looking up something to go. We were going to a store. And as soon as I Googled the store, the commercial came on the radio. So you already know. I said, well, that's where we finna go. The Lord just done told us that's where we going right there. He done came through the radio waves. And when you have that relationship, that's not a question if God is telling you this is my approval. It's this reminding you, this confirming his approval. You heard that on the radio. We were looking up and we heard it on the radio. That was his confirmation. Sometimes we take his confirmation and we try to question it. We haven't built up enough faith to trust him first without questioning him first. That's why I like this show, because it's showing and teaching us how to activate the faith. Stop questioning those little quirky things. That is his only way to communicate with you, because that's the arena that you're in. That's where your ears are able to hear. That's where your heart is burning. He knows how to gravitate to what you need from him, and he knows how to reach you where you are. He already knows you. He created you. He already knew the mess you went through. He already know. So he's like, okay, well, I know she got enough faith to know that this is me. This ain't just a coincidence. We call that faith ain't a coincidence. It ain't a coincidence. We try to put those two together. They two different things. Right. It ain't a coincidence. He already confirmed it. Hit it in drive.
Right. It's a divine appointment. It is a divine appointment. Though it tarry, it will not tarry. Though it tarry.
It will not
what
tarry.
Are you in school for? What's next for you?
So I'm doing I'll receive my bachelor's in March. That's for early childhood education. So then I'll go ahead on to my master's, but my thing is to be in counseling for elementary age children.
Cool. In a school setting or
in a school setting.
In a school setting. Nice. Because I teach. I'm in junior high right now. I've taught high school for a number of years, and in this day and age, things are happening much sooner, and elementary school kids definitely need someone in their corner, and by someone with a boatload of faith that can share their faith with them, without getting into any trouble in the school system. But there is a definite way to let them know that, who my God is. So I applaud you for that, because it is definitely needed, because especially for kids like us, they need to see more people getting into those fields so that they can feel comfortable talking about our issues and someone that knows what our issues really are. So I'm excited to hear about that for sure. All right. So is there anything
I like
else
what Thomasina's comment is. Did you see Thomasina's comment?
Oh yeah, I put it up there. Let me put it up there again.
Oh, you did? I missed it. I didn't see that you had seen it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, friend. That's my friend, and she know it is contagious, because hey, listen, I got a group. Listen, I got a group of sisters with me. My friends, my matter of fact, Marie, that's my prayer partner. So we all in the same little circle. But listen, I got a bad group of girls with me, and when I tell you, if one of us is weak, the other one is definitely strong. So, and then one thing I love about my friends in the circle of the ladies that I'm around is that they love God. And to me, you can't find no better friends than that. Like, it can't be no better friends than that. When I can call, we can send text messages all day long talking about anything. But the minute one of them say, I need you to pray for me, we already at the throne. So I thank God for that, because we can laugh, we can go out, we can have a good time, but we know our root, we know our foundation. And I thank God for those girls.
Absolutely.
Got to have a group of faithful friends.
You got to. Absolutely right. So I'm full. This was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your testimony, your time, your faith. I mean, I know it blessed our listeners. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yes, good to have those type of friends. Absolutely. She says, our foundation is strong, baby. If you don't have no friends that'll pray for you, and they might nuck if you buck right along with you, then you might need to get you some new friends.
Okay, that's what I say. You might need you a new crew.
You're wrong with the wrong kinfolk.
Right. You will nuck if you buck, and then I'm gonna pray for you too at the same time. Wow. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really look forward to Faith It Friday. And,
Hmm.
we don't, it's whosoever will let them come and share their story of faith. Um, we uh we stepped out on faith to even do this. We said, hey, we want to just get some people on and share their walk, their faith. If you're in business, if you're just in life, who it doesn't matter if you're in business, if you have you're this big person, or you're just in your own little lane doing your own thing. Share your walk, because there's all walks of life. There's all sorts of people out there, and they need to see, oh, she's just like me, or he's just like me. And wow, he or she was able to get through these different things. I know I can too. And that's what it's all about. So thank you. Thank you. All right, Lita.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, sister. I
Thank
appreciate
y'all
you.
for
Um,
having me.
yes, for
Look,
coming on
anytime y'all
tonight.
need me to talk about how good God is, I'm here. Just call me.
She said I could talk
Oh
all
yeah.
night, child. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about. I'm just I don't know which one. I
I don't
see
even
some
know.
good.
I didn't even know where to go, which one to shoot for. It's just been so many. Let me grab a couple of them. Something that'll
Okay.
bless somebody tonight.
Somebody.
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
absolutely. And it truly was a
Absolutely.
blessing. Yes. Thank you, Mama May, for tuning in again. Thank you all so much for joining. If you haven't already had a chance to share because you just been enjoying this buffet of
Right. Like,
faith,
oh, me, I
then
forgot to
it's
share.
never too late. It's never too late to hit that
Never
button,
too
y'all.
late.
The replays, they count. They count. So let's
Okay.
continue to
Replay,
share this
watch
out.
party.
Yes, yes. I like that the Faith and Fridays are getting a lot of attention, a lot of good attention, really good feedback. Again, like Dee said, it doesn't matter who you are. If we haven't reached out to you to come on the show, then hey, you can reach out to us to come on the show. We are just trying to keep it booked and busy every
Book.
Friday night. Yes,
Hmm.
every Friday night, honey. It's a date. It's a date at night. It's a date at 9. Whichever one you need, we got you. As long as it's after dusk. So this has been
After
another
dusk.
amazing topics after dusk with Dee and Lida. And I am Lida, and that is Dee. And we will go ahead and sign off and let you all continue enjoying your night and/or your election.
That's a
Baby,
whole nother topic there.
a
Yeah,
whole nother topic. Thank you
it's
guys
my
so much
Super
for
Bowl.
tuning in. Right. We will see you guys next week. Have a great weekend.
Thank
Bye.
y'all.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you.